Good morning, all of you. Today we have explained and do you understand physical and chemical change. I hope all of you are well at home. In this chapter, explain many types of change in our surroundings, in our daily life use. We observe many change around us. This change can be observed by us at home, school, playground, park, and other places. For example, ice melt on heating, water boils on heating, iron rust in moist air, vegetables and pulses change on cooking, milk change into curd, ripening of fruits, burning of wood, or majestic change in weather. Among all the change, some change can be reversed, whether some cannot be reversed by reversing the condition. The change which can be reversed by reversing the condition is known as reversible change. For example, stretching of a rubber band, glowing of electric bulb, melting of ice, etc. Reversible change or temporary change. The change which can be reversed even by reversing the condition is called irreversible change. For example, aging of living organism, rusting of iron, burning of paper, cooking of food, growth of plant, burning of fuels, etc. Irreversible change or permanent change. We have understand by equity, make a list of 10 change which you have noticed around you and also find whether they can be reversed or not. In this chapter, we will study the nature of the change. Broadly, these change are of two kinds. First, physical and second, chemical change. Let us start with the physical change. We know that properties such as a shape, size, color, and state of the substance are called physical change. A change in which only a physical properties of any substance get changed and no new substance is formed is called physical change. Let us perform some activity to understand the characteristics of physical change. By activity, take a square sheet of paper and cut into a 4 square piece. Cut 1 square piece further into 4 square piece. Arrange all of these pieces on a table so that the piece of acquire the shape of the original piece of paper. You cannot join the cut piece of paper to make original sheet of paper, but each small piece of paper to steel paper it has not changed into something village. So the cut of paper is a physical change. Second activity, to show that melting of ice and freezing of water is a physical change. To take some solid ice in a beaker, keep the beaker in the sunlight. You see that ice melt to form water. Now keep the beaker containing water in freezer. After a few hours, the water is the beaker freezes to form ice once again. The change that occurred during the melting of ice to form water can be reversed easily by freezing the water to form ice again. And no new substance is formed. Melting of ice and freezing of water are temporarily the reversible change. Only change the state of take place, thus they are physical change. Melting of ice and freezing of water are physical change. Only change of state take place. Some more example of physical change: stretching of a rubber band, grinding of a substance, expansion or construction of substance on heating and cooling, melting of wax, formation of clouds, magnesium, magnetism of a piece of iron, hammering of melt to form thin sheet, stretching of melt to form wire. Characteristics of physical change. During a physical change, only physical properties such as size, shape, color, and state change. During a physical change, no new substance is formed. Gently, physical change is reversible. Gently, no overall energy change takes place. Chemical composition of substance remaining the same during the physical change. Now, we have explained chemical change. The change which new substance with entirely different chemical composition and properties from the original substance is or formed is called a chemical change. Let us perform some activity to understand the characteristics of chemical change. To show that chemical change, new substance with entirely different chemical composition and properties is oblique or perfect. Requirement of materials: copper sulfate, a beaker, dilute sulfuric acid, an iron nails, and test tube. Processing: dissolve about a teaspoon of copper sulfate in half a cup of water in a beaker. Add a few drop of dilute sulfuric acid to copper sulfate solution. You get a blue color acetate copper sulfate solution. Take some acid diluted copper sulfate solution in a test tube and drop an iron nails carefully into and cover the test tube with a paper and leave under stand of an hour. By observation, the blue color of copper sulfate solution changes in light green color. Brown deposit is formed on iron nails. Discussion: copper plus iron, it gives iron sulfate. Copper sulfate plus iron, it gives iron sulfate plus copper. Conclusion: the composition of substance taking part get completed change. New substance are formed and change is irreversible. Change in color take place. Next activity, to show that burning of magnesium metal is a chemical change. Material requirements: a magnesium ribbon, thin strip of blue and red litmus paper, a sandpaper, a pair of tongs, a Bunsen burner, a beaker, distilled water, and a watch glass. The process: take a magnesium ribbon about 10 centimeters long, clean by rubbing its surface with a sandpaper to get brightly shining metal. Hold the magnesium ribbon at one edge with a pair of tongs and heat its other ends over the flame of Bunsen burner till it catch fire. Hold the burning of magnesium ribbon over a watch glass so the white powder is collected over. Take the white powder in a beaker containing about 20 milliliter distilled water. Stir the magnesium thoroughly to dissolve magnesium oxide in water. Test the solution with blue and red litmus paper. Take a strip of blue litmus paper and put a few drops of obtaining solution on it. Take a strip of red litmus paper and put a few drops of obtaining solution on it. By observing, the magnesium ribbon burn with a dazzling white light, forming white powder. White powder look different from magnesium ribbon. The blue litmus paper does not turn red, showing that solution of magnesium oxide in water not acidic. The red litmus paper turn blue, showing that solution of magnesium oxide in water is basic in nature. By discussion, magnesium plus oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide plus H2O, it gives magnesium hydroxide. Conclusion: burning of magnesium is a chemical change. Person burning magnesium produce universal light, so we should not look at it directly. In the above mentioned activities, new substances with entirely different chemical properties are formed from the original substance. So these are chemical change. Chemical change is also called a chemical reaction. The process by which one or more substance transfer into a new substance having entirely different properties and composition from the original substance is called chemical reaction. स्टूडेंट इस तरह से हम यह ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि जिस रिएक्शन में न्यू सब्सटेंस फॉर्मेट होता है, फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज चेंज हो जाती है, उसे हम केमिकल रिएक्शन कहते हैं. द सब्सटेंस विच रिएक्ट with each other to form a new substance are called reactant. The new substance formed after a chemical change are called product. जो रिएक्शन में फर्स्टली पार्टिसिपेट करता है उसे रिएक्टेंट, और जो आफ्टर प्रोडक्शन शो होता है उसे प्रोडक्ट. बट हाउ डू यू सब्सटेंस change into other substance? Why do substance formed after chemical change have entirely different physical and chemical properties? कौन है बेटे? बाद में करेंगे अभी. Along with formation of new substance, chemical reaction are other accompanied by the more and following characteristics. Change in a physical state, H2 plus O2, it gives H2O. Evaluation of gas, CaCO3 plus 2HCl, it gives CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. Color change, कौन है बेटे? Color change and order. CuCO3, copper carbonate, it gives CuO plus CO2. Lead nitrate, lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Formation of precipitation. Precipitation is an involved solid substance formed when two chemical in solution form react. FeCl3 plus 3NH4OH, it gives FeOH plus 3NH4Cl. Now, change in energy take place in all the chemical reaction. During a chemical reaction, energy is either absorbed or released. The reaction in which energy is released in the form of heat is called exothermic reaction. Example, CaO, calcium oxide, plus water, it gives CaOH twice plus heat. The reaction in which energy is absorbed in the form of heat is called endothermic reaction. Example, N2 plus O2, it gives 2NO. Nitrogen plus oxygen, it gives nitric oxide. Type of chemical reaction: combination reaction. Example, C plus O2, it gives CO2. Second, decomposition reaction. Example, 2NaHCO3, it gives Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Baking soda, it gives sodium carbonate plus water vapors plus carbon dioxide. Third, displacement reaction. Example, 2AgNO3 plus Cu, it gives CuNO3 whole twice plus 2Ag. Double displacement reaction. Example, BaCl2 plus Na2SO4, it gives BaSO4 plus 2NaCl. We have defined in this reaction, combination reaction, the chemical reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a single product is known as combination reaction. Decomposition reaction, the chemical reaction in which one substance decomposed into two or more simpler substances is known as decomposition reaction. Displacement reaction, the reaction in which a more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its compound is known as displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction, the chemical reaction in which solution of two compounds react by exchanging their radical is known as double displacement reaction. Some more example of chemical change. Explosion of firecrackers is a chemical change. Change in color of cut fruit and vegetables on keeping in air is chemical change. When we cut an apple into slip and keep it in the open for some time, the slice of apple acquire a brown color. It is due to the formation of a new substance by the action of oxygen on the acid present in the apple. That is, cut the surface of brinjal, turn black and keeping in the air for some time due to the chemical change. Digestion of food is also a chemical change. It is involved action of acid and enzyme of food, which result in the formation of some new simple substance having different chemical structure and properties. Germination of seed, cooking of food, respiration of living organism. More example for chemical change. Characteristics of chemical change. During the chemical change, one or more new substance are formed. Chemical change are permanent. Thus, a chemical change cannot be reversed by simple and physical method. During a chemical change, net change in energy take place. Large amount of energy either given out or absorbed in the form of a heat or light. During a chemical change, both the physical and chemical properties of substance are changed. Properties differentiate between the chemical and फिजिकल चेंज। इसमें आप डिफ्रेंशिएट कर सकते हैं न्यू सब्सटेंस, नेचुरल चेंज, नेचर ऑफ चेंज, रिवर्सिबिलिटी, फिजिकल एंड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज, अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी। यह सभी पॉइंट दे करके आप इसके केमिकल चेंज और फिजिकल चेंज को डिफरेंट शो कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू। नाउ this chapter is part this chapter first part is closed. Next day we have explained next topic. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day.